Hi guys, today I'll be going to read a story called My Pet Book by Bob Stick. Most pets are cats and dogs, go out and take a lot, but there's a boy in Smarty Town whose pet is a little bug. He never cared for puppy dogs and kittens made for him sneezing. He pled with his mom and dad, "I want a pet that's easy." A book would make the perfect pet, he heard his mother say, and Dad had read that there's no pet book he had ever read away. Little rift here. So they strolled right past the pet store to shop with books for sale. Not one had whiskers for or feet or a waggy little tail. How could the boy pick out just one? Too tough for this book lover, but then a small book caught up his eye. A frisky red hardcover. That's my favorite color. Of all the books within the store, he liked this one a lot. The page crisp, the printing fine, its spine is very taut. He didn't need to give his pet a name like Rex or Spot. It wouldn't answer anyway, so the book was bought. It never ate, it never drank, it couldn't do a trick, it never shit, it had no fleas, it couldn't fetch a stick. It never needed bathing, and its ears would never droop, but best of all, the little pet, it didn't even poop. A better pet couldn't have for grateful evening strolls. It wasn't like those ill-bred dogs that drink from toilet balls, or cat that always sleeps or once turned off its purr. A pet book never makes a sound and doesn't lick its fur. What's going to happen next? Inside the book were many tales of awesome and glory. The boy imagined as he read that he was in the story. The boy would leave his pet book home when off to school he'd go. But one day when the boy returned, oh no! He ran away, the boy began to bleed. How could a pet book run away without a pair of feet? That maid could hear that crying boy. That was such a rarity. I think you know what happened. I gave you your book to charity. While cleaning out the house of junk, that maid had grabbed a box and fill it full of household things like cups and plates and socks. The pet book was a simple between swept up while on the floor, and then the maid took box and all straight to the old thrift store. They raced downtown in hopes that they would find it on the shelf, just sitting there waiting near dusty Christmas elf. It wasn't hanging with the coats or sitting with the chairs. The pet book wasn't with the lamps or snoozing with stuffed bears. Of course they went through all the books and new ones and the old. The pet book wasn't anywhere. It must have just been sold. They slumped down among the couch, and unseen they cried. But then they made leaned it and asked, where would the pet book hide? The book had never thought of it. He broke into a smile. He remembered something he had seen in the dog and cat stuffed aisle. If I were just a scrap pet book, I would likely sneak into here. Perhaps the dark would help me hide and make me disappear. Then with his hand, and the boy reached to feel around on each nook and pulled out to see, he found his lost pet book. I drove back home with there three of them. The pet book checked where. The boy was quite revealed to find not one torn page was there. A crazy day they had indeed. Yes, the story ended well, and now the boy and his pet had their very own tale to tell. And the boy's mom gently asked him how a book can bring us joy. "It's 'cause every book's a friend," said the yawning little boy. His eyes were sleepy from the search and all the time it took, but now the boy could dream all night with his lost and found pet book. The end.